anything. I choose you.
Ho, ho, ho. Merry Choosemas. Welcome to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. My name is Jeremy Zielek. I'm the host and Sandy Claus of the group. And joining me this week, as always, is...
Ben Montoya, the friend of the show.
Ian Davis.
Oh!
The Jack Frost of the show.
That was an off-screen crack. I was not sure what was happening there. And this is Evan Aubrey. Guys, I have two drinks. I have one in a really tiny cup, and I have one in a can yet opened. I guess I'm going to start with tiny cup.
Tiny
We'll
cup
talk later.
It's a tiny cup kind of night.
I was about to say for the listeners at home, but the listeners can see this episode because we're recording video of it. But Ben, you're drinking a LaCroix today. You're not the biggest fan of LaCroix.
I
Holy
am.
shit.
I know. This is kind of historic.
That's a bold choice, too.
Well, it's because I have other drinks, and so I want to stay hydrated. Because I want, we got, like we talked about, we got work in the morning. Fucking Garfield over here.
And if I've learned anything in my 24 years of living, hydration's for bitches. Come on.
Whoa, we have got some words, friend. Because hydration is important, as is any night that you want to drink responsibly. But I'm drinking limoncello, and this one tastes a little bit like Carmex. Do you know the Carmex
Yep. It does
chapstick
indeed.
brand? I don't know why that's hitting me right now, but it's not pleasant.
And is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because, sometimes when I get chapstick, I'm like, I kind of want to eat this, just take a bite out of it.
Interesting.
If it's like Burt's Bees or whatever, and it's like, it tastes like honey.
Hot take. Key lime and limoncello have 0.5% difference between the two.
No.
I don't know enough about key lime to compare.
As someone who's drank lots of key lime, I find it to be incredibly different.
It's like when you drink a Sprite and you're like, this one tastes a little more lime than it does lemon.
Oh, do you think they got the juices wrong in some cans of Sprite?
I mean, sometimes maybe they got their eyes closed. They're just...
or it's like that Sprite commercial where, who is it? He's like a robot and he explodes with Sprite. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh man, that's like early 2000s commercial.
Yeah,
right?
was it Shaun White?
No, but it was a basketball player, but I can't remember which one exactly off the top of my head. But he's like, I love Sprite, and then he's like a robot that explodes with Sprite.
I vaguely remember seeing that in a movie theater.
Yeah.
As a kid.
It's like those Coke ads before movies that are like, "Hi, my name is Jessica, and I directed this movie," and it's
Coke original.
It's like 30. It's a 30-second Coke ad, and you're like, "Wow, that's art right there, pure Kino."
Yeah.
How do we get one of those?
What, a Coke ad or what are you talking about?
Imagine it's an ad in that style, but it's for LaCroix, and then at the end it's like the four of us, and Jeremy's like, my name's Jeremy Zielek, and we made this ad for the movies.
Well, I think the biggest problem is I don't believe they serve LaCroix in movie theaters. You can't get a 32-ounce LaCroix before seeing, the latest Marvel movie or whatever.
Oh,
Not
man. Regal Theaters, if I can please get a Pamplemousse LaCroix freeze frame machine.
Holy shit. That's my guilty pleasure is getting the really big Coke slushy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, if I could get that LaCroix style.
Man. The
Wouldn't you
twist
lose?
is that it's basically just ice with a little bit of carbonation and flavoring.
Wouldn't you lose the sugary syrup that's basically the only
100%.
reason why it exists? Wow.
Wow.
I mean, I guess that would be kind of a breakout market for LaCroix. Just saying, if they're listening and they're taking notes, we've given them several options on ways to move on from the sparkling water brand.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'll tell the LaCroix company, and don't let the movie theaters know, but sometimes when I go to a movie theater, not recently, but in the before times, I would I'd put a LaCroix in my sweatshirt pocket.
Oh, I remember.
Oh, yeah.
Crack it open and slam that boy as I watched the latest hit film gracing the screen.
Man, there was one time I went to go
Lighthouse.
see a movie, and it was a lighthouse. No, there was one time I went to go see a movie, and it was like very somber, like solemn, like low point where everything was quiet and like people were talking really quietly in the movie and stuff, and like someone just like cracks open a cold one right in the middle of that crucial scene. Everyone's
Nice.
just like, "Come on!"
That's like me. I time it so I crack
That's
it.
exactly.
No, I crack my my beverage that I sneak into the movie theater right as like, you know, there's that pre-ads, and then there's like the trailers, but then there's like the movie theater like little like turn off your phone or whatever,
The roller coaster.
the Regal roller coaster, the AMC whatever. As soon as that stops, you crack it open before the like production logos of the movie come on, and that's how you know you're ready to start the film.
Have you ever cracked it like they're like, please silence your cell phones now, and then you crack it and you're like, whoa, my ringtone. Good
Out
thing
of
they
control.
reminded me.
Wow, I'm getting a call because I'm so popular. And it's LaCroix.
Who has
obviously.
ringtones on anymore? Am I
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Am I 40?
if you're not like middle aged, I don't know a single person who still has like doesn't have their phone on vibrate literally all the time.
And anyone above like 43 is like, it's the same iPhone ringtone.
Yeah,
So they
it's
all
a,
have
like,
the exact
bum,
same one.
bum, 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 bum.
Yeah,
We're
exactly.
gonna get sued for that.
Or
One more slight tangent on movie theater food. 5 years ago, almost to the day,
Whoa.
four of us and some other people saw the movie The Hateful Eight in theaters.
Oh, yes.
And we saw the extra long version. And because it was extra long,
8 hours.
I didn't just bring extra drinks. I brought in, I think I stole
Colostomy
a
bag.
soda from if I remember correctly, I think it was like, they had like the self-service kind of like concession stand, and there was no one there. So I got like a medium Dr. Pepper and just walked through and didn't actually get anything.
Oh,
But
yeah, that was great.
I also brought a bag of popcorn. I was like, okay, movie's starting, and I opened the popcorn, and then Ian and Evan ate half of it before the overture was over. It was like 5 minutes, and almost all my popcorn was gone. And I was like, guys,
Man.
movie hasn't even started.
That's me in a regular movie. Like watching the previews, I'm like, oh shit, all my food is gone.
Yeah, Jeremy, you can't bring the Chicago-style popcorn and expect that not to disappear.
Yeah, if I remember, it was
Fair
Chicago
point.
style.
Yep.
But you reminded me of the time I went to the movie theater, the one in downtown Albuquerque, and on my way in, I'm sure I must have been with you, Jeremy, probably. Someone handed me like their empty bucket of popcorn. They're like, "Hey, free refills." You better believe
Yeah.
I got a free refill. Like, how could I not?
Game in the system.
Imagine doing that, and
I know.
like that was just a thing you could do. Now it would be like, oh god.
The idea of all of us sticking our grubby little hands into one bag of popcorn and being like, ow, ow.
Yeah.
Like, that's
Carry
unthinkable.
aerosol hand sanitizer with me and just spray all my friends.
Spray the popcorn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's the real safe way.
dear listener, you might be wondering, is this show just about the times they snuck things into movie theaters or cheated movie theaters out of their concessions? And the answer is no. This is I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. And normally every week we randomly select a new Pokemon, and we each come up with a unique, special, discreet, idiosyncratic
Discreet.
recipe that represents who we are as both individuals and artistic souls, and we
That's true.
display that to the audience, and we collectively decide who has the best recipe. But every 30 episodes, we do something a little different. We're like the Joker over here. We like to make things a little twisted. So for our season finales, what we do is we have a little bit of a smorgasbord, a potluck, family-style dinner, where we each get 3 Pokemon and a course of a large meal, and we combine those Pokemans together into a grand celebration of the last generation of Pokemon that we covered on the show.
Hell yeah.
So this week, we each have 3 recipes, or maybe one recipe that incorporates 3 Pokemon for our show. But before we get to that, there's a bit of what I would like to call like vote tabulation. Now,
yes.
Some of the fans on Twitter may have noticed that we posted 2 polls within an hour of each other on Twitter.
Well-oiled machine over here at I Choose You Productions.
Yeah, which one's the real one?
Well, I'll say this: Evan won in both of them. So
Stuff in the ballots.
well, if we combine those 2 results, then I think it's pretty reasonable to say that Evan won the last episode. Yes, Ben.
On that very subject, I have the total of the whole season scores. If anyone's interested in hearing them before we get into
Pulled
it.
ahead.
I don't.
Yeah, and I don't know, this last one would have, like, I'll just give it to you straight, Jeremy. This wasn't your season.
No, I know that because you guys actively vote against me.
Hey, I try to remain impartial. I genuinely thought you had some great recipes this season.
Evan doesn't like to get political. Yeah, so Jeremy, you got 5 out of
Nice. Out of 29.
Holy shit.
yes. Ian is in the 3rd place category with 6 wins under his belt for the season.
All right, Jeremy. I don't think that's like you can't tell me that we voted against you when like I got 1 more than you. I both just ate shit.
I do think with Ian and Jeremy there is some strategic voting involved sometimes. But then I am in 2nd place with 8 wins. And Evan has taken the season with 9.
I appreciate it.
And
okay, the spread is much closer than I thought it'd be. I thought someone would be in the double digits, and
no.
I'd be sitting here. With
I
5.
definitely felt like I had a dry spell for a while. I was surprised to hear I'm in the lead.
Yeah, you did. I was going through all the episodes. You definitely did. And just to put this all in perspective for like the overall show, the first season 1, the season 1 winner was Ian. I won season 2 and Evan won season 3. So Jeremy, it looks like next season's your season, buddy.
2021 is your year.
God, I fucking hope so. 'Cause let me tell you guys something. This year hasn't been my year. Like, you know how like each year starts and I'm like, this is my year, or whatever. That's a curse and a burden, so maybe I won't say it this year.
Jeremy, you can't say that. You got an adult scooter this year.
I did get an adult scooter. Literally one of the highlights of my year. I remember the exact day it happened. It was July 11th. I bought an adult scooter.
It's like half Christmas.
Yeah.
11:42 a.m.
And it arrived, and then the first day I went scooting, it rained. I got caught in a thunderstorm.
Wow.
And you're going to take that memory with you until your dying breath.
Probably. I'll be 50 years from now, I'll be like sitting in my hypercube or whatever. I'll be like, I remember. Oh, I'm Richard Nixon now. And then I died. Yeah. Well, hopefully Gen 4, which, you know, I think it's interesting because I think we're entering into what some might consider like a bit of the kind of like dark middle chapter of the Pokemon era, or at least design-wise.
Interesting.
With Gens 4 and 5. Yes, Ian?
Gen 4 was Diamond and Pearl, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was my shit, dude. Are you kidding me?
A lot of people are very passionate about Gen 4.
Well, I'm just saying that I kind of think it's like Gen 4 is the dividing line between like, you know, normal adults who might have played Pokemon on the Game Boy in their childhood and people who are like continually invested in it. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. That's fair. I see that.
That's when for example, that's when the movies stopped being released in movie theaters.
Right.
You know.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That makes sense.
That's a dark time.
Dark time indeed. But let's get back to the main theme of this episode, which is our smorgasbord.
Yes.
Now, Evan, you're not only the winner, Mon. You are the first course in this meal because you were selected to have the appetizer as your course. And what Pokemon do you have?
So I have 3. We all have 3, but I have Loudred, Cacturn, and Roselia
Nice.
for my appetizer. And so we're gonna be eating a lot of food throughout this whole episode. So
Truly.
Mamma mia.
and being the first course, I feel like I have to like keep it light. Like we can't fill ourselves up before the main course.
Can't fill up on Loudred bread.
Yeah, Loudred makes you fat. And so what we got here, my first drink, is a Cacturn pear michelada.
Oh.
And I don't know if you've had a michelada before.
I don't even know what that is.
So it's a beer cocktail.
Yeah.
So you get something like a Modelo Especial, and you get your prickly pear, what is it, vodka mix? No. Here we go. So ingredients: prickly pear syrup, Cacturn syrup. You got 3 pounds of Cacturn.
It's a lot.
A cup of Cacturn water or aloe vera water, but Cacturn is what's available. And then you need some lime juice, and you mix that all together, and you got your simple syrupy like sweetness as it were. Mm-hmm. And the michelada is a Modelo Especial, my go-to. Mm-hmm. Then you add half a cup of the prickly pear syrup. So this is like, if you're portioning a bunch of stuff out, we made a bunch of prickly pear syrup for later. And then you have some more lime juice, some Tabasco sauce, and some kosher salt. But where the Loudred comes in is in twofold. So for this first part, for the drink, is you use it as a shaker to like shake your prickly pear cocktail mixture together, right? So you're like filling its giant frickin' mouth full of prickly pear syrup. You close it and then ask it to scream while its mouth is closed, and that ends up shaking everything around. So there's that, and then you pour the mixture on top of your Michelob, or your not your Michelob. Also, get that shit out of here, out of your Modelo Especial, and there's your Cacturn michelada.
Interesting.
And then maybe you're having some chips and dip, maybe you're having some other like appetizers along the way, but you're like, okay, it's time for the next course. What better palate cleanser than a granita? A Roselia granita. And for those of you who don't know what granitas are, it's like flavored ice that kind of like is a palate cleanser thing. So like sometimes you'll have interesting flavors like ginger or rose or lemon or things like that. So we're doing a Roselia lemon granita. And for that, it's pretty simple. Just like water, combi honey, some lemon, and some Roselia water. And you get the water frozen. You chip that all up into little ice chips. You mix the honey, Roselia water, and lemon juice together, and then you just sprinkle that on the ice, and the ice like kind of absorbs the mixture.
Wow.
And that's a little palate cleanser to move on to the second course.
Damn. I like that you took the appetizer genre and made it more like drinks, like pre-meal, kind of just like hanging out.
We don't get into mixology a lot here at I Choose You.
Well, I think the problem is that like a lot of times the Pokemon we're talking about aren't really like fluid based. You know what I'm saying?
Not yet.
They're also meat a lot of the time.
That's true. We are not vegetarians here at I Choose You.
So would you say if you use your Loudred to shake up your drinks, is that like an ASMR kind of experience?
Yeah, I imagine there'd be a lot of feelings there. I don't really know how that would sound or what that would feel like.
It sounds like someone gargling.
Yeah, it's like a gargling, but like the earth rumbles.
So wait, does it like spit out the drink for you? Like, is that how you get it back? I'm kind of like, okay.
So the idea, it's more of like kind of pelican style. So it's like in the mouth, you scoop some out, and then you just pour it into your drink.
So I thought you would serve these drinks kind of like you talked about like cactus, that maybe we would have like kind of like cactus, like it's like a cactus that you cut the top off, hollowed it out, remove the spines, and then you put the drink in it.
That would work well for Cacturn's just appendages in general, I think.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking like a barrel cactus, kind of like turn it into a coconut kind of drink kind of situation.
Yeah. I see.
I was gonna say, screaming with your mouth closed kind of sums up this year.
Truly.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I feel like all of the micheladas that I've had have been like tomato juice oriented. So like this is kind of interesting. I guess maybe it's like just beer cocktails, like Mexican beer cocktails, just like writ large.
It normally is tomato based, but I think they make an exception for prickly pear.
It sounds really good.
Color wise, so I never really understood why prickly pear was pink until I started looking into this, because the actual like prickly pear fruit is very red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know if cacturns produce a fruit, but if they would.
I will say, like, on the topic of like cactus Pokemon, I really like Maractus, which is a little bit more like a true prickly pear cactus.
Yeah, that's true.
So I feel like this could like translate to that pretty well too. But I do really enjoy that that little like wet your whistle course that you have ready for us.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, that sounds fun. It reminds me of it's like we are having a little bit of an aperitif, or if you're Italiano, aperitivo, to start off this meal. Now here's the question: do we want to go with Ian next, who has the main course, or do we want to go to Ben next, who has sides?
I feel like you pick up the main, and then you like look at the buffet table, and you're like, "I'll take some more of whatever like I don't know sweet corn there is." You're at the Golden Corral. There's like mashed potatoes next to it.
Is that all I am to you, Evan? Is a Golden Corral with sweet corn?
Hey, their mashed potatoes are delicious.
Well, Ben's got some big mons to cook for his side. I'll be interested to see what he came up with. So let's build the suspense a little more. Ian, you have the main course. What are you cooking this week?
Well, I took some TV and movie inspirations for this week.
What Pokemon do you have? To start off with?
Yeah, let's start with that. I got Latias.
Nice.
I have Spoink.
Yes.
And I have Malwale.
What a combo.
Steel and Fairy.
Yeah, and I was like thinking, like, man, like, how do I whip these all in one? You know?
Oh, so you wanted to combine them all together?
Yeah, I did. And it's funny that you mentioned aperitif, because I've been rewatching Hannibal.
Oh.
And I guess I don't want to like spoil it, but maybe
Get this, guys. He eats people.
well, maybe a part of the show takes place in Italy.
Mamma
Maybe it
mia.
does.
And so I'm thinking, well, just like Ash, I think we're going to be eating Italian too.
What?
Wait, what?
When Ash goes to Italy and bangs Latias.
Oh, yeah.
That's
And-
right.
and-
Okay.
Okay. He goes to fake Venice. I don't.
I think it's the real thing.
Mamma mia. Pizza
Is
pie.
that's the 5th Pokemon movie, right?
Pokemon Heroes.
Yep.
That's when I start to lose track. I know I watched that on TV, but besides him like being infatuated with Latias, I don't remember exactly off the top of my head the details of that.
I mean, that's
one.
most of the movie.
I
they
honestly
do
don't remember this at all.
For those of you who haven't watched it, it's about an hour long, and Jeremy's right, for about half of it, it is just a sex scene of Ash and Latias just doing it.
Damn it.
Doing it.
So,
God damn it.
I think I'll walk you through. All right, I'll just walk you through like how I'm doing each mon, and then it's all gonna come together. I promise.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah, I do. First, we need to make a ragu. And I'm not talking about a French ragu. I'm talking about an Italian ragu, which is, like kind of usually a meat sauce. And of course, we got to get some spoink pancetta. We got
Hell
the
yeah.
spoink in there.
Ooh.
Nice.
All right. The other part of the ragu is going to be, we're going to use Malwale tongue. And those are going to be I'm sorry, Jeremy.
Now, does Malwale have two tongues, or are you using the tongue just from the bag?
That's a good point. Shit. I mean, why waste it? Yeah, both of them for sure.
Why wasted?
I imagine like you pull the tongue out one end and the other tongue.
It's
like,
one tongue that goes
Yeah.
through their entire head.
probably.
That's a fun image.
Yeah. So, and for the beef tongue, you gotta you spice it and you let it simmer for about 4 hours, so it's real like tender. You know what I mean?
I've never eaten tongue, so I don't know what you mean. But
It's pretty-
Yeah,
well,
I got you.
Tongue
I've had
tongue
it before.
can be pretty tough, as you can imagine, because it's very muscly.
Well, I mean, it is just a muscle.
Now you're thinking, Jeremy. So you got the tongue. It's been simmered. It's nice and You got the spoink pancetta. You got some olive oil, some carrots, some celery, some onion, clove, some tomato paste, milk, white wine, water, pepper, all that good shit. And you're making your sauce, which is basically you just like put the veggies in there and you let them, soften, not brown, but just like get soft. And then you add the meat, you let that cook up, and then you add your tomato paste and the liquid, and you just keep like reducing it down so it's like a nice like meaty sauce. And what are we putting this in? Well, we're making a risotto.
Oh.
Okay,
I like it.
And for those of you who maybe haven't had risotto, it's a rice dish. It's not only a lot of people think like, oh, risotto is like what it is, but it's also a method of cooking rice.
Oh.
It's more of like a process of cooking rice in a liquid. So what you do is first you need your mirepoix, which a lot of people use onion for. You pour some olive oil in the pan. You throw the really thinly sliced onion in there, and it's gonna be, you cook it on like low heat until it starts to get really soft. And you don't want it to brown. You just want it to get like translucent, maybe a little golden. And then you add your rice in, just like the dry fucking rice.
Not ricin like the poison.
No.
No.
And now, I imagine, Ian, that you want to use some short-grained rice for this one because you want it to be real sticky.
Right. Yeah. That's very important, Jeremy. I would recommend, what's it called? Like a rebo, a roy. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do, but I can't. Nope. I do not recall off the top of my head what it is called. While Ian's looking,
arborio.
That's there you go.
Yeah, because you need that. It has like the right amount of starch.
Yeah,
for it.
Because you want it to be sticky.
You do, and that's where the starch is actually how it gets creamy. There isn't like inherently like dairy in there. So you add that. You let that get in with the mirepoix. It gets toasted. And then when it starts, like you don't want it to get really any color. You start adding your broth, and you let the broth absorb and reduce, and then you add more broth, and then you're going to add your ragu to that. And then you keep adding more broth until it gets that nice creamy texture. It's yum, 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 yum in the tum. You put that on the plate, and maybe you're wondering, well, where's the ladias? Like, I thought this was Olive Garden.
And then you turn around and there's a foxy lady bringing you your dish, and you're like, who's that?
No.
A wooga?
No.
Humanized ladias.
Yeah.
That was the tricky one, because like the Bulbapedia is just like, it's an airplane.
It is an airplane.
Yeah, it's weird. The mega version of it is especially airplane.
Extra
See,
airplane.
what I like about it is that it's not that big compared to other legendary Pokemon, so it's like a small airplane. It's like a biplane. It's not a passenger jet.
It's a real JJ the Jet Plane situation.
Oh shit!
With the face and everything.
I mean, it does have a face, but it doesn't. It's not a regular looking plane with a human face grafted on front of it,
Right.
In horrible late 90s CGI. But maybe we should. Okay, so listeners, viewers, fan artists everywhere. Make Latias, but it's like it's late 90s CG, and then just put like a lady's face on it to convey what this Pokemon is like.
Oh man.
And it was really hard to think of like, now I know I can't complain because Ben really got the fucking short stick here.
Yeah, I don't really want to
Plain.
hear it.
But I was like, man, like, what do I want to do here? And I was thinking, like, well, it's psychic and like it flies around, so like I bet, like Latias is pretty, like, to Ash's benefit, is pretty thick.
Oh God.
But I don't know if like it has like great meat on there. So I thought, well, how about that brain that's like working so hard to make it float?
Interesting
So-
choice.
To top our risotto is going to be a cervelli fritti, which is literally fried brain. It's an Italian delicacy. It's usually used like a beef or like lamb, calf, or like veal, like a young brain.
A young
and-
brain.
A young brain. And you literally, I mean, you just, it's just, some flour and egg and stuff. You batter it and then you fry it. But this one website does describe it as being, and I quote, "These bite-sized morsels are so rich and creamy, you might think you're eating ricotta cheese."
Whoa.
So
Brain cheese.
yeah, so like, I mean, don't think about it
That's a
too
trip.
hard, but like, imagine it tastes really good and like that kind of like creamy, like I just thought that'd be like a great like textural difference and a topping for our risotto.
I can see it. I appreciate it. I need to grasp my head around eating brain.
It looks a lot better than. I'll drop this in the
Well,
chat.
see,
for
I think the problem is that
Yeah.
when you say eat brain, you just can't get out. You're just thinking of a brain.
Indiana
And
Jones
you're
style.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
this is gourmet.
Will we get any wacky diseases from this or superpowers?
Superpowers, possibly. You might just get a warm feeling in your tummy. And isn't
If I
that the
eat it,
greatest
will I
superpower?
float off the ground a little bit?
Yeah, I'm kind
I-
of wanting some psychic powers after eating that.
Yeah,
this
you know.
website is yelling at me in Italian. Ian, what the hell?
Oh yeah, you have to Google Translate it. Just look at the photo, man. The photo isn't in Italian.
Looks pretty good.
Thank you.
That is, I mean, it sounds good when you say it. I don't know.
Look at the image. I'd say that looks pretty tasty. Because it's
Yeah.
mostly it's fried, so you're like, this doesn't look like brain, and then you eat into it, and then you're like, I've made a huge mistake.
I mean, I'm imagining it being like chewy, which is the main issue.
No, that's the thing. You just bite right through it.
Just dissolve.
It's creamy. It's rich.
Okay.
Again, like think with your tongue, not with your brain.
That's true.
Okay.
Wow.
All right.
And will this be like a sensual experience eating this brain?
I think like we'll all be at the table silently, like eating it, and we're just kind of like looking at each other and like like smiling because it like tastes really good. And we're just, like,
Telepathically
sharing in it.
communicating.
Yeah, and we start telepathically communicating.
Are we listening to like It's Amore in the background?
Because we're in Italy.
Yeah.
I was hoping for something like a little more tasteful because like this is like Hannibal themed, Maybe there's like some.
You're saying that Hannibal didn't once in his life was like, I'm cooking Italian, and then was like, when the moon hits her, I like a big pizza pie, and he's like cutting up an eyeball at that moment, and he puts it on a pizza. That's a funny joke. There you go. Bada bing, bada boom. They should hire me to write season 4.
Oh man, we need a season 4, baby.
Oh my god.
And Dean Martin's classy, so
The Rat Pack.
Plus
yeah.
1. Hannibal.
Well, I would say that sounds interesting. I do like a good risotto. It's something I haven't had in a long time. I remember that name, but I've got some bad news to convey to you folks. While Ian was presenting his recipe, I just decided to Google the movie where Latios and Latias appear, Pokemon heroes, and boys. I don't know how we're gonna make it. Only 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh
Holy
no!
shit. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding.
They
you.
didn't like the 45-minute sex scene?
I mean, they're like 10. All these 10-year-olds are like, I don't understand.
God damn it.
Well, and so I think maybe we've got to do a reconstruction project where we elevate this film back to its esteemed position that it needs to be in.
Can we create our own like supercut of the movie with like additional footage that makes it better.
Do we just like put in like stock footage of like Venice and
Yeah.
like Italy? Like there's a guy like tossing pizza dough or
Lots
something.
of gondolas and mustaches.
I am picturing like the supercut being like it's still like the movie as it is, but there are like it is live action like Venice, and also us like reenacting some of the scenes and like adding dialogue, but then it cuts back to the animation.
This is
See, it's
Zack
like-
Snyder's Pokemon Heroes.
Yeah, it's the choosy cut, which everyone's been demanding.
Twitter's going nuts over it.
Wow.
But now is the time where we move on to the most interesting course of the meal. Ben, you were assigned sides, and can you tell us which Pokemon you were assigned to cook for us?
Yeah, I'll tell you in the order of ease at which I came across what I did, which is Slaking, Gardevoir, and Deoxys. And I'll tell you this.
Yep.
One of these ones isn't really going to get cooked all that much.
Well, I mean, we were talking about Latias and her attractiveness, but you have two of the sexiest Pokemon, bar none.
Hot damn.
Yeah, people love slacking. Fucking jerking it to slacking all day. I remember this was an early joke that we mentioned, but that slaking is the DJ Khaled of the Pokemon world.
Oh, for sure.
And yeah. People just love DJ Khaled, and they love slaking.
Wow. But Ben, you know what else we love?
Yeah.
Recipes. So why don't you lay it on us?
Yeah. So it's hard because you look up the descriptions for these Pokemans, and one is a giant gorilla sloth. One is literally like a person, except like a fairy, like psychic person. And then one is like I looked this up, and the Pokedex entries say that it was a virus from space that was caused by a laser beam that went out into space, and it mutated into Deoxys.
Ooh. Deoxys is
so-
the COVID-19 of the Pokemon universe.
Well, okay, so this is where I'm getting like, right. So like I'm I'm looking at Deoxys, and I'm like, there's 4 different fucking versions of this thing, and it like can clone itself infinitely, and it's like an alien, and I just
Well, that sounds like you've got food forever.
Well, so but what do you do with it? Like it's it's an enigma. Like it seems like it only exists in the Pokemon universe for it to be like a weird like footnote, honestly. Which is a little bit strange. So I don't really know what to do with it, but here's one thing is it does have 4 arms. And if you think about it, if you clone them enough times with their 4 arms, that's like you could like start a catering company with that many people. Like you could get so much like productivity in, is what I'm saying.
That's true.
So if we're in this position where we're able to literally take an alien caused by a mutation from a virus in outer space and like enslave it to our will, like I think what we do is use it to prepare food. And though I do think there is like an alternate universe where we like utilize it for science, and we can like like exactly like it's it's like the ultimate cure. We just like fucking Sephiroth style like impale it on its like like purple little crystal thing, and then like all of the alien juices is like the cure for all of what ails us.
But then I've seen many films in my life, like Alien, the Andromeda Strain. If I know one thing, it's that if you go into space and there's a weird looking thing, you should definitely just stick your face in it and see what happens.
It'll cure
Yeah.
what ails ya.
Exactly.
Right. So I don't know. There's like I feel like this Pokemon infinitely usable outside of culinary purposes, but for our sake, I think it has to live so that it can do our bidding. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah, Ian.
So don't get me wrong. I mean, I got Mr. Mime in the next room. Like I've been there. But if I may, I imagine like you're in the kitchen, and then I come up behind you and I like guide the knife. Like I'm gonna
Like
assist
Ratatouille
in the
style.
prep.
Okay.
No, I'm not like climbing on his head and pulling his hair. It's more of just like a he's like chopping some veggies, and like I like give him kind of like the hug, but I'm like holding his hand. It's cute.
Okay.
You're Ryan Gosling in this situation, and this is The Notebook.
Yeah.
Yeah. Two concepts. One,
Okay.
what if you like chopped them and put them in like a candy amber, and it was like dino DNA? Second,
So,
um,
okay.
you know how like when you're extracting DNA, you like whip it really fast, and then it like gets like
In the centrifuge.
Yeah, you put it
Yeah.
in the centrifuge.
You don't just get a whisk.
well, I mean, what is a centrifuge but a really big whisk? Am I right?
It's a lot more.
That's not how a centrifuge works.
It's like a KitchenAid that spins 300 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so you throw Deoxys in one of those, and then you got like this nice like DNA goop that you could, I don't know, make a gelatin.
Thank you for explaining this so fully.
Oh, wait. So you're just gonna make Deoxys jelly, like you spread it on your fucking breakfast toast or whatever.
Hey, not my Pokemon, not my not my hat.
My problem.
That's true.
I'm just
I've kind of lost
spitballing.
sight of what the original recipe is here.
It's a data
Ben,
company.
Ben's
I haven't-
recipe is it's my friend and it's helping me.
Yeah, for Deoxys, we're just using that. They're the best sous chef you could ask for. You know, like they're
Okay.
4 arms.
Better than
they're
Mr. Mime.
Yeah, better than Mr. Mime because it has 4
Whoa.
arms and it's like a weird alien thing that like can read your thoughts. So like you don't even have to say anything. It just knows. So it's just like over in the corner like with all of its like octopus arms like doing random shit. And you don't have to worry about it. And
You know,
I'll explain what they're doing once you shut the fuck up.
So Ben,
shit.
so what you're saying is that you're taking the ratatouille and you're making it more psychic because you're telling what Deoxys to do, but you don't have to stand on its head and pull its arms.
Yeah, this is a lot easier than Ratatouille. Anticipate a new Pokemon movie featuring Deoxys pulling a Ratatouille. So I'm then thinking like, okay, so Gardevoir is just a person really, so I'm gonna like save that for later. But then Slaking is like definitely an animal and definitely like a big, like tubby, like he's quote unquote the laziest Pokemon in the world. So like he doesn't do a whole lot. So like all that meat's just like very tender, and great for us to use. But problem is he's a sloth. Okay. Might surprise you, but not a lot of people eat sloths.
Despite how slow they are.
Easy to
Despite how
catch.
slow they are, not a lot of people eat the sloth or even approve of sloths. It's illegal to hunt them in Brazil. But there are like a smattering of like indigenous like communities in South America that do still eat sloth, but it's also very like frowned upon because it is like like an endangered species or whatever. So not a lot of people eat sloth, but one article that I read said that it does taste slightly like pork. And when you look at Slaking, he's got like a weird like pig nose, like turned up snout nose thing. So I feel like the pork thing like tracks.
Some good slaking shoulder.
Right, exactly. So I feel like we can get some decent meat from Slaking. So I'm like kind of cruising right now. I'm like, this one's not that bad. We can figure something out here.
There's got to be a way.
So then I'm thinking, okay, Gardevoir. And I have to give credit to
That sexy fan art you saw.
No.
Oh no.
So I do have to give a little bit of credit to Ian Davis for a lyric that is in our theme song, which is Diglets mashed and Ralts on rye. So, which I am now going to extend into a Gardevoir recipe on rye. But the way that I'm thinking about this is actually like Gardevoir, like white face, white like body, like usually the green thing that's like swooping down is actually like hair, which just still to me makes me think like these are just like people. But like, but even though there is no grass type involved in Gardevoir, I am going to presuppose that Gardevoir, Curlia, Ralts, all radish people.
The radish people.
okay.
They are radish people.
They're
So
like the they're like the spirits from Spirited Away that are just big turnips.
exactly.
Oh.
So exactly. So they are radish species amongst us. And for that reason, we're gonna turn them into some delicious sides. So talk about Ralts on rye. I looked up a radish and rye sandwich, and what you do is you have some freshly cut radishes and some like Bulbasaur arugula and some like deli sliced like roast meat and rye bread with Boursin cheese, which is like that like green and white like garlic and herbs like spreadable cheese. And so you give that task to one of the Deoxys, and they're just like assembling like Gardevoir on rye sandwiches with like, and because it's a side, like they're kind of like little finger sandwiches, like they're kind of small,
Toothpick
just
in the
like
middle.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like, you're walking down the potluck line, and you just like see this platter of finger sandwiches, and you're like, oh, just like grab a few of those. And then so back to sloth. I was thinking like, what's another good radish recipe but a slaw? So
Oh, you sly fellow.
so you're gonna make a Granny Smith applin and Bulbasaur cabbage and Gardevoir radish slaw with some apple cider vinegar and mustard dressing. So that's, it's like another classic like potluck style barbecue get together kind of side to have. And then I think what the last thing that I really want to do is just like another, keep it heavy on the veggies, because that like that's something that you need when you're going through. You're gonna like get tempted to like get a bunch of shit that you don't need, but like for this potluck, I want to make sure that you're keeping yourself accountable and being healthy. So I'm gonna do a.
Oh, man, I've never done that.
So I'm gonna do a Gardevoir salad, much like a garden salad might appear on your plate.
That's good.
And it's just pretty simple. It's just like whatever veggies you got, maybe some carrots, but definitely some radishes and some leafy greens. So, and then after turning out the party, you turn to your army of Deoxyses and you're like, well, we fucking did it. I want to you just like slap them all on the back and say like, good job team, we did it. And then they
It's like the end
zoom
of
off into space.
It's like the end of an elementary school soccer game. They all line up and you do high fives.
Exactly. Yeah. With all four of their hands.
Yeah.
I thought their like noodly appendages would just all like wiggle out and start like slapping each other and then like come back, so they don't even move anywhere.
Slap fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I got. I don't know. I feel like a little bit like it's kind of underwhelming, honestly, because of how crazy the Pokemon were, but I feel like I just couldn't do much else.
But
yeah.
you took the side position, so it can be underwhelming in a good way. You're allowed.
I love it when I was like, that's a great appetizer. Oh, it got me so ready to start this meal, and I'm like, oh, the main course, mamma mia. But the sides, it let me down in just the right way.
What I love about the Deoxys like catering company is it presupposes at some point in time the four of us sit down and we have a full fucking catering team just like taking care of only us, and we're just.
I don't know if you can
Well, I
tell
mean,
listeners from
keep
the
bringing
show.
me food.
We're not good chefs, so we need these
True.
Deoxys to cook for us.
We're better at eating food than we are at cooking it.
I'm an okay cook. When I was in middle school, I won a statewide cooking contest.
All right, Jeremy.
Your one claim to fame, Jeremy.
And Ian makes a lot of bread.
Does make a lot of bread. Props.
Well, Jeremy, what have you prepared for us? You had the dessert.
Yes, so we're winding down this delicious meal, and I think it's time to say, what's for dessert? So I've got 3 Pokemon for dessert for you. 2 of them I had to really gotta consider what to do with them because they're not real. Okay, dessert's kind of like a hard nut to crack generally with animals because not a lot of desserts have like meat or
You just milk them all.
meat. Yeah, meat adjacent things. So if it
Pokemon,
isn't
gotta
like a
milk 'em all.
Kobe or a Miltank or something that just has like swinging pendulous nipples, I don't know. It's again tough nut to crack. But 3 Pokemon I've got Swampert, I've got Breloom, and I've got a Snorunt. Snorunt, we'll put that aside. That was pretty easy to figure out.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'm gonna start off with my Breloom. Now, mushrooms are interesting because even though they're not commonly used in dessert recipes, they can be used in kind of like creamy or savory dishes. And you can actually, we're going to start our dessert off with a little bit of a more creamy, savory experience than normal. And I think that sounds good. Do you think we lost Ben?
I'm here, but the video's paused.
Oh, the call is still recording.
Can you not hear
Call is
me?
coming from inside the house.
Oh no, you can't hear me?
All right, so mushrooms not typically thought as dessert food, but they can be used because frequently they kind of have a creamy, savory connection to them, even if they aren't. They don't technically have cream in them. You know what I'm saying? It's got that savory flavor.
That umami.
Exactly. So our first dessert, and what I'm going to present to you is 3 small desserts that each give you a different mouthfeel, taste, and emotional experience. So the... Uh-oh.
I'm back.
Okay.
He's
Sorry.
back. Emotional experience.
I want, again, emotional experience. So...
Yeah.
Our first dessert is going to be a mushroom panna cotta. So what we're going to do is we're going to get 4 cups of heavy cream. We're going to get some dried Breloom mushrooms. We're going to get some half a cup of sugar, some vanilla, and some gelatin. And we're going to get some oil and mint. And then we're going to get a large saucepan and we're going to put in the mushrooms, the cream, the sugar, and the vanilla. And we're going to let that simmer at about 180 degrees for about 30 minutes. Not 80 minutes. That'd be too long.
Overcooked.
Yes. Then we're going to get our bloom our gelatin. So you get the gelatin, you just put it in some cold water and let it sit for as long as it needs to be. And then we're going to get some fun ramekins. And you can use different shapes. You know, it's usually like some people use like kind of like creme brulee ramekins, and we can use those. But they can be in fun shapes. The recipe I'm looking at, they're like pyramids.
Ooh.
So maybe we can make them like kind of, I was thinking of like hemispheres, so it's kind of like the top of a mushroom. And then, so we're going to get our ramekins and have them be lightly oiled so they don't completely like sink in. And then we're going to take out the mushrooms from our mix, and we're going to stir in the gelatin into the cream. And then we're going to pour it into the ramekins. And then we're going to put it in the fridge so it can harden and set. And then we're going to pop those out, and they're going to be little spheres. And then I'm going to suggest getting a little bit of maybe cinnamon, and we're going to like put them in little circles on the top so it kind of looks like a mushroom cap.
Wow.
When you eat it. And you just slurp that up with your spoon, and you're like, yum, yum, yum.
Ooh.
That's what we're cooking with Breloom.
Interesting.
Now, Swampert was a tricky one because there's nothing really there's nothing really about him that connects to something sweet, and he lives in like the mud in the dirt, you know, kind of like brackish water of the swamps. And that made me think maybe this dessert isn't sweet. So what I'm going to presuppose is I'm going to make some homemade Swampert salty black licorice. Now,
Ooh.
I despise black licorice, but I think it will serve as a great counterpoint in taste profile from the usual dessert options that we have. And now you're going to be saying, oh, how do you integrate the Swampert into this. Now, you notice his weird fins.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to suggest is you get those fins, you take them out, you let them dry, and then you're going to grind them up, and then you're going to add them to your black licorice instead with the salt as a kind of counterpoint to it.
Ooh,
wow.
So you're going to get your cream, you're going to get some butter, rice syrup, molasses, sugar, salt, Swampert, flour, and we're going to get some anise extract. You know you need that anise extract if you're making licorice. Am I right, Ben?
You're so right, Jeremy.
Thanks.
And no one will ever
so-
know why that's funny.
So we're going to get a baking pan. We're going to get some wrappers. We're going to, we're going to do the traditional structure of making licorice, which is basically like, boiling the sugar and the candy, mixing it together, rolling it out, letting it cool, cutting it up. And I think we'll serve these as kind of like sides to dessert. You know what I'm saying? Because not a lot of people actually like black licorice.
Me included.
But I know Ben's family has a fondness for it, so I think this is a kind of like a homage.
I've
to
seen
them.
my fair share of different variations of black licorice, and I can't say that I'm necessarily a fan, but I do appreciate like the hustle. You know what I mean?
Yes, Ian.
I've never thought about this, but Jeremy, in your research, how do they like licorice is twisted?
Well, so I'll let you a little secret. When I'm making it at home, it's not going to be twisted.
No.
It's just going to be a little chunk of candy.
Not everything
No.
comes
Well,
out
how
like a
did they-
Twizzler.
Yeah, it's just extruded like that.
They have like a little thingy that goes.
You know,
Got it.
you know, like how like when you have like a paste, like when you're making like a pastry,
It's like Play-Doh,
and you have
yeah.
like, and you squeeze it out, and it like comes out in that shape, like whipped cream.
Uh-huh.
Well, you do that with when you make Twizzlers, it has an extruder in that shape.
Oh, I didn't know.
But they're hollow on the inside.
Yeah, and that's because
No, you're thinking of red vines.
Oh shit.
You're thinking
And-
of red
and-
vines.
and it-
Twizzlers are not hollow.
Black licorice is hollow though. A lot of the stuff I've had.
That's true.
Sometimes black licorice is hollow. Yes.
But you can
Explain
still
that.
do that with an extrusion because you just extrude it out and it like
There's a
when you
stick
cut
in the
it,
middle.
It clips off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was hoping like there were like molds and they like pour the like boiling hot licorice
Well,
into
I
these
mean,
molds.
it's just like this. It's like a mold, kind of. It's just it's not. It's faster because you just like it goes through one thing and pops out the other end.
Ain't that just the way?
Yeah, indeed it is.
Truly.
So that's
Okay,
my.
so your
that's
last one.
My last one is Snorunt, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna make a Snorunt Sherbet. And you might be thinking, well, Snorunt likes to live in the snow, but what part of it would be a part of my sherbet? And the answer is its teeth. So we're gonna chip up those teeth and use them as the base of our sherbet.
Are its teeth
base.
just like ice cubes?
Exactly.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
We're gonna have two different sherbets. We're gonna have an orange sherbet to represent the base Snorunt, and then we're gonna have a little wacky flavor for the not legendary, but the special shiny sherbet for the Snorunt, which is like bluish. So maybe we have like a blueberry or maybe like a Kool-Aid flavor to throw on that like blue sherbet. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
So one's fancy, but one's a little radical. So we're going to get some sugar, orange zest, and kosher salt, orange juice, lemon juice, vanilla extract, and some cold whole milk. We're going to mix that all together, and we're going to chip in the Snorunt teeth into the mix to make sure it's extra chili. You're going to want that shit ice cold, baby. And those are my desserts. You got a Swampert black licorice, a Snorunt sherbet, and a Breloom panna cotta.
I gotta say, you did pretty well with the two tough ones there.
Yeah.
That was pretty
I will
good.
applaud you, Jeremy. You may have finished last this season, but you win first tonight, baby.
Yeah.
First in my hearts.
And Jeremy, I've seen plenty of CSI where they torture people and pull out their teeth. So you shaving down a Pokemon's teeth and those screams just like will resonate in my head forever.
Wow. I didn't know CSI got so extreme.
You know,
I'm
sometimes they
imagine-
do.
I'm kind of imagining that in this situation, Jeremy is sort of like the character in the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer claymation movie, where he just wants to be a dentist, but it ends up being a skill that benefits his culinary skills as
I
well.
missed elf practice.
It's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer meets Sweeney Todd.
Yeah.
There you go.
And I guess that concludes our delicious meal as we all sit down afterwards.
I'm full.
We're enjoying our drinks. We're stuffed, and we might play a little game, right, Ben?
We're about to get crazy
Oh,
now that the
shit.
show hasn't finished. I brought a little shot glass with me, but fuck it.
Whoa!
Taking polls.
All right, everyone, welcome to the quiz
Heyo.
segment of the show. I've prepared 6 questions for my fellow choosy chefs, and with a additional drinking game along if you would like to play. Feel like indulging tonight. And the way this is going to work is I'm going to ask the questions. You give me the fucking answers. And
Do we ring in?
Gotta
so
buzz
here's
in.
the thing.
We'll raise
is,
our hand over Skype.
Well, don't raise your hand over Skype, but I'm curious if you because last time we did this, everyone gave their answers individually, and I'm gonna keep score. But if you want, you can answer as a team. I'll give you that option. Do you want a team answer or individual answers?
I think individual answer is probably fine.
You don't want.
This is America.
Unless
Okay,
we're
all right.
completely
Get that commie
incompetent.
shit outta here.
Yeah, unless we're completely incompetent and need to work together to get this to make it through.
I can let you postpone that decision until after the first couple of questions. So
I defer the kickoff.
every time that you get an answer right, I will take a drink. Anytime that you get an answer wrong, you take a drink.
Oh,
if you want to, no pressure. Okay, so
but
is
pressure.
everyone cool on the rules? Everyone's ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got to start.
These
a
are
new
all
drink.
all of the answers to these questions are related to the content of the show. So you don't have to know any like additional outside information, okay? So, the first question is, what is the type of Pokemon we've cooked more than any other this season? There are 4 options.
Blue bloop.
Okay. The answers
Oh.
are your options are A, flying, B, rock, C, water, or D, psychic.
Blue bloop.
What type of Pokemon have we cooked more than any other this season?
Oh, see, here's the thing. I feel like the answer is water, so I'm gonna go with rock.
I'm gonna go with rock as well.
Can I ask a clarifying question?
Can you use it in a
Is
sentence?
Diglett a rock type?
Diglett is a ground type, and we did not cook Diglett this season. So
Well, not okay. I thought you meant like
Ever.
incorporating into our recipes like ever. Yeah.
oh no, I'm not that detailed. I got to admit, I'm not.
This
I'm
only
not that
took 10
granular in my.
minutes.
This is yeah.
I'll go water type then.
Okay, Ian's going water. Jeremy and Evan say rock. The answer is water type. So
Shit.
Ian
Man, I should've-
does get one correct.
Jeremy had it.
Yeah.
Jeremy had it.
I overthought this question.
Drink up, boys.
Fuck.
I'm almost out of this cider, so
Got to run to the kitchen.
Guess you're getting out of the woods. Saved by the bell. I was going to ask this bonus question, which actually has no consequences to it, which is what is the one type we haven't had at least once this season? There's only one.
Dragon.
Wrong.
ooh, is it? It's not fire
Fairy.
because we covered Torchic.
Evan is correct.
Heyo.
It is fairy.
Flying? Oh, a fairy. Okay, but those didn't come in till Gen 6, right?
Yeah, it's kind of cheating, but like Gardevoir is technically a fairy type, and I mean, like Gardevoir got retro typed as fairy, and so did
That's fair,
Malwale. So
retro-typed.
like, yeah. Okay, question 2. This one took a lot of work. I'm gonna be honest. What percentage of the recipes that we've done this season have been desserts or sweets? Okay, so this is a savory versus sweet rundown of recipes that have happened this season. Okay,
Oh my
this is
God,
a percentage
hard.
question. Okay, so the percentage of recipes we've done that have been desserts or sweet: A, 50%, B, 65%, C, 15%, or D, 30%?
I'm going
50,
D.
50, 65, 15, 30.
30.
Evan says 30.
I'm gonna go with 50.
Is this like a Price is Right rule?
No,
No.
it's a
No, there's only
multiple
one
choice
answer.
question.
$1, Bob.
Fuck it. I'll go 65.
Nice.
Wow.
Evan is correct with 30%. 30%
damn.
of the recipes have been desserts /
More,
sweets.
more desserts, guys. Come on.
Cakes and
Okay.
creams.
I can't open it.
One thing that I did find
Ooh,
very
tiny bottle.
interesting is that there were 2 cake pop recipes spanning different Pokemon, which is kind of interesting.
That's a great sound, Ian.
Yeah, what?
Evan, so this Evan did get me this. I think he got all of us.
Yeah, it
this
did.
for-
Yeah.
for
That was
Christmas.
a year old, man.
That was a long time ago.
Well, I don't drink bourbon very often.
Oh, but now's the
But I'm
time.
wondering if this is this like a prank where you glued the cap? No, I didn't know.
I had the limited edition coffee brown sugar bourbon to start the show. That's pretty good.
Ooh. That's
I literally can't open it. I'm gonna.
Oh, Ian.
This is from Zoltan. It is. I think it's called Palenka.
Unlabeled bottle of clear liquid.
It's a clear liquid in an unmarked bottle, so
could be whatever you want, baby.
That's the good shit.
Oh, whoa, that was a long pull.
Well,
All right, question 3. Okay, we're moving along. Okay. Over the course of the season, we've cooked many Pokemon as fried nuggets of some sort. Which of the following is not, I repeat, not one of the ones that we've made into nuggets?
Okay.
A, Seviper. B, Swellow. C, Whiscash. And D, Zangoose. Which of the ones have we
God.
not made into nuggets?
Zangoose.
man. I'm gonna also go with. Oh, but Zangoose and Seviper are connected, so I feel like one of those might be nuggety. I'm gonna go with Swellow.
Using his trivia logic on us.
I'm gonna go Swallow too. That seems too obvious. We wouldn't have done something like that.
Ian and Jeremy are correct. Swallow is the one that we have not done.
We made Zangoose
a
nugs?
nugget recipe.
Wow.
For. Oops.
I love nugs.
Who made that? Who made Zangoose nugs? Who's responsible? If it's me, I'm gonna
I
be
think
upset.
Jeremy.
Oh.
Jeremy made. Jeremy made the Zangoose nugs, and Evan made the Seviper nugs.
Right, that's right. We love nugs. What can we
forgot.
say?
We love nugs.
God,
I'm gonna take one drink and then move on.
Oh,
I'd kill for some chicken tenders right now.
Oh shit. Kill. Okay. Question 4. One person has made pizza recipes. Only one person has made pizza recipes this whole season. Who was it? Jeremy, Ben, Ian, Evan.
who made a
interesting.
pizza?
Now,
It was
normally
one
I would
person
say-
who made 2 pizza recipes.
Oh shit! I'm gonna guess me because I
Now,
feel like I repeat a lot of stuff.
I'm gonna guess Ian because he likes to do fake Italian shit.
Oh, damn.
Called out.
Ooh.
Pizza's authentic, baby.
Okay, so
I can't say me because I feel like I'd remember if I did that.
oh
I'm
my
going
God.
on a secret. I don't remember any of this.
He's been blackout drunk the entire time.
Well, so we started the season, like 29 weeks ago. Like, basically, like, I'm trying to remember exactly when. It was like August or something, July. So, like, you know what? A lot of shit has fucking happened since then. Like, it's been a long time. I going through some of these old episodes, I'm like, whoa, this is kind of a trip.
Metal Gear.
But yeah, Ian, what's your answer?
I think Ben did it.
The answer is Ian. Ian came
2
up with
pizzas.
2 pizza recipes this whole season.
Everyone has apparently been checked out this entire year.
Do you want to guess what the 2 Pokemon were? Because it's kind of funny.
I gotta be honest. I don't even know what Pokemon we fucking cooked this year.
You can tell we put a lot of time into this show. It's Swellow and Ninjask were the Pokemon that you use to make pizzas.
No shit. How did I Ninjask?
What a pizza.
It was a sausage.
That's stupid. Who was
You would. That's the answer.
Oh man. Whew. Okay. Okay. Next question. Question 5. In the episode where we talked about where we cooked Beldum and talked about Beldum, how long did we talk about ICP? Was it A, 20 minutes, B, 30 minutes, or C, 45 minutes?
Why is the entire
20,
episode
30,
not an option?
45 minutes.
45.
I'm gonna go with 20 minutes because usually our episodes cap out at an hour, so I couldn't imagine it being too much longer than
45
20
minutes of
minutes.
ICP
I'm
content.
gonna say 30.
Ooh, split
Ian, you
across the
say
board.
30? Ian is correct with 30.
Half
Damn.
the episode.
It was basically half the episode.
I remember being impressed, like, because we finished recording. I was like, wow, like, how did we knock everything else out in a half hour?
Oh, you guys will be.
Yeah,
You guys will be saddened to know that I totally forgot about Cameo and should have had ICP on the finale of this season.
Oh, wow.
that would have brought the room together.
Yeah.
Damn. That would have been kind of perfect right now, actually.
If Shaggy 2
Too dope.
Too Dope had recorded like we listen to I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon.
We could still get him to do it.
We could. Episode
I mean,
100.
the price is right.
And it sometimes is. Okay, last question. Last real question with any stakes. Okay. We ran into a lot of Pokemon this season where our recipes didn't cook, where we didn't cook them on, but instead turned them into kitchen gadgets. Which of the following is not a kitchen gadget that we made into Pokemon, or made from Pokemon, I should say? Again, this is a kitchen gadget that we have not done yet. A,
Okay.
pressure cooker. B, cheese grater. C, silverware. Or D, mortar and pestle.
Pressure cooker.
I'm going with pressure cooker.
I'm going to say cheese grater.
Ian is correct. We have not done a cheese grater yet. Evan turned Reggie Steel into a pressure cooker.
Oh, god damn it.
That's right. Damn. See, I thought I fucking incepted myself where I was like, I did a cheese grater thing in my mind.
Man.
That's
The last
planted
question-
it there.
The last question that I have for you, just to recap the whole season, is round bun, square meat.
Is there an answer to that question?
Yes or no?
Oh,
Yes. I thought you were gonna say like that was the first round of the trivia section, which was round bun, like round 1.
Oh,
Oh, no. No, I did not prepare a round 2. I don't think I'm ready to like drink that much, honestly, tonight.
Well, I mean, it is a
but-
work night.
It is a work night, so. But I hope
sorry,
you had some
coworkers.
fun. I'll tally up the votes, or not the votes, but Ian has won the trivia section of
Nice.
tonight's
Well done.
show, and I hope you all had some fun playing along at home too.
Wow. Amazing. No, we're going to
Cheers,
have
everybody.
some more fun right now because it's time for everyone's favorite section of the show, Waillord's Mail Horde, where we read your questions, comments, and recipes all sent into ichoosepod@gmail.com. That's ICHEWSPOD@gmail.com. Evan, can you read this recipe from Chef Gate?
So I absolutely would, except for 5 minutes ago, Tori came in the room and did a Freaky Friday phone swap with me, and now I have her phone and not mine. So, someone else, go.
I'll read this email from Chef Gate. It says, "Hello,
Yay.
IC crew. Chef Gate here to bring you another big finale! ! As last time, I'm going to prepare a large meal for you all.
Heyo.
After cooking for 3 seasons straight, please sit back and relax as I bring
Oh,
out
I
a
will.
6-course meal.
Oh
But
shit!
of course, none of this would be possible without this week's sponsor. Pure, unadulterated flavor, not overpowering, just enough taste. Enjoy the flavor, Le Credant.
Oh,
Nice.
Nice.
Not nice.
Let us begin with the hors d'oeuvres, crispy credant wontons, fresh credant claws, claw meat paired with light creme cheese, wrapped in a wonton and fried until golden and crispy, served with a sweet and sour dipping sauce.
Oh,
For
shit.
our soup, we have kyogre bisque, made from a stock from the primordial bones of the sea leviathan, paired
Wow.
with the purest water spouted from its ancient maw, using the flesh of the belly cut into bite-sized chunks and only the finest tomato berries to give a rich flavor to the bisque. Enjoy with our garlic bread for a fine experience. A quick cleanser with our unique wedge salad, served with infamous swallot dressing. Difficult to stomach the thought, but addictive once brave to taste.
Oh my God.
Our swallot
Ooh.
dressing uses special gastro acid from this Pokemon that has the special property to perfectly cleanse our patron's palate. For the main and side dish, please enjoy a pairing of Groudon steak with a light Alteria cutlet. We only have the highest praise for Groudon meat, as the rocky exterior protects the tender flesh underneath. We sear
Nice.
the steak fully and then baste in a pan with a full stick of butter, crushed Niniku berries, and a sprig of Grovile greens before letting it rest. Our Alteria is free range and remains light and juicy during the slow roasting. We serve ours breaded in panko and fried as a cutlet with savory katsu sauce on a bed of finely shredded cabbage. And finally, dessert. To end, we shall feast upon a decadently light Rayquaza Hyper Beam Brulee. We serve these in
decadently
space-grade serving dishes capable of withstanding extreme temperatures. The cream is Tropius farmed passion fruit and mango blend, topped with raw palm sugar and bruleed using Rayquaza's powerful Hyper Beam
Holy
to
shit.
give it an exceptionally crispy top, while also fully cooking the custard.
Oh my God.
As one submitter and listener, I would like to extend my thanks to all you and the Icy crew for bringing the show. I look forward to more submissions in season 4. Until next year, this has been Chef Gate.
Aw,
Thanks, Chef Gate. I'm
Yeah,
glad you did all
seriously.
the legendaries, because when we were preparing this, Ben was like, there's too many legendary Pokemons in the list that I drew up.
That's what the fans are for.
Yeah.
I mean, and as far as fans go, like, Chef Gate, god damn. Bringing it every single fucking
God
week for, like, I mean, like, middle of season 2, I'm pretty sure. So, like,
Yeah.
that's
Pretty good.
that's dedication, and we appreciate it.
I agree. I love it. I love Chef Gate. I love when he writes in.
I love him.
Ian, can you read this email from Connor? I think he wrote us a little song.
He did write us a song.
Oh shit! Did we need to prepare something?
No.
is that my
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought you were ringing one bell. I thought you were gonna like do Carol of the Bells or something.
Ding 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 ding
ding
ding
dong, ding
ding
dong?
Not what I expected to happen.
I choose
Ian.
Yule Feast. I can't decide if I'm gonna sing it or not. On the season finale of Icy, my true chef gave to me 12 Nummels numbing, 11 Pelipers peliping, 10 Waillords a leaping, 9 Latiasses dancing, 8 Mascarins a milking, 7 Swamperts swimming, 6 Zingies a laying, 5 golden wing
Yes.
gulls, 4 calling swallows, 3 combuscans, 2 wormhole doves,
Question mark.
and a core fish in an asperberry tree.
Holy shit.
That's so good.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
well done.
That's so
I mean,
good.
we could make that. We could put that in an actual song if we had the time.
Dude, you know what? There's always next year.
There is
I
always
choose Yule too.
Oh shit.
Wow.
That was
amazing.
really good. Oh my god.
Oof.
Connor says, P.S. All the Icy merch is amazing, and everyone should totally get some. I'm still
Aw,
not over
yeah.
how cool.
You should totally get
the
some,
Waillords male
but
horde
if you
champion.
listen to this episode and order some, it's probably too late to get it for Christmas. But get it as a
Yeah.
New Year's
Be able to
present.
get this sick apron. Or like these
Yeah.
cool the boys stickers, or like this cool Waillord's Mail Horde sticker or pin. Anyway.
Ben, I've heard we have some social media recipes.
Whew, yeah, I'm gonna need to like recover after that. That was really good. I'm very impressed.
Ben's
Just take another
crying.
drink.
Oh, well, I mean, like as someone who just recently like was listening to a Christmas Pokemon parody, that's pretty good as far as they go. Yeah, so I got some social media recipes. I got one from Helen, who contributed little spoinkies to our discourse, which I think is pretty great, like little smokies, but with spoink.
I like that a lot. I like to think that they're like curly fries, but meat.
Ooh, that's good. That's
Wow.
good. And then Norman Lambert, 45, contributed and said, well, I was going to bring whole roasted swallow, but due to complications, I opted for tentacruel lo mein with Gyarados egg rolls.
Ooh.
And confirms that Gyarados is still giant shrimp, which
My man.
Confirmed.
is debatable.
Confirmed.
But not really, yeah.
Okay. Whew. Okay, this is a lot of text, so I gotta get ready.
Pokemaniac
Deep
Chris
breath,
wrote
Ben,
us a
deep
novel.
breath.
I know, this is like really long, but I'll make it through.
I believe in you.
Pokemaniac Chris tweeted at I Choose Pod, as you can all do, and says, another season finale, another opulent Poke feast that will go down in history as one of the most extravagant meals of all time. But all this delicious food is going to make us thirsty. Obviously, the drinks fridge at the I Choose You test kitchen is extremely well stocked with every flavor of LaCroix known to science.
Of course.
But, and I know this will be a controversial statement, one cannot party on LaCroix alone.
Watch
We
me.
need
Well,
alcohol
I mean, he's
and lots
right.
of it. I mean, you've made it this far. First, we need an aperitif. Something that will complement Ben's sides. Thank you very much. Like a Deoxys cocktail or Deoxtail. Cooking a mysterious alien virus from space is obviously a dangerous proposition, but alcohol kills most viruses, so this is totally doable. Crack open the purple gusher. That's perfect. Oh my god. So, on this topic, I saw a bunch, as I was doing research, I saw a bunch of claims or theories that Deoxys is related to Starmie because they both come from space and they both have little, like, things on their chest. So, that's what I think that is a reference to. Crack the purple gusher in Deoxys' chest and extract the thick viral syrup within. Mix this with twice the volume of a strong grain alcohol like Everclear, shake it up, and let it stir for no less than 5 minutes, but no longer than 15. Oh no. Did we lose you? We lost Evan. I'll just plow right ahead. You want to kill enough virus to keep it from being a major biohazard, but not too much, or you'll lose all the precious cosmic nightmare flavor. Once that's done, mix it in a cocktail shaker with some lime LaCroix, white curacao, and egg whites. Serve in martini glasses with a twist of orange for a drink that will bring your guests face to face with humankind's monumental insignificance in a vast, cold, and uncaring universe.
Nice.
Also, it tastes kind of spicy, like it might try to kill you if only it were stronger. I'll take this moment to pause in the recipe to say that now you can see exactly what Ian was talking about in the chair talk episode.
Yes, thank you guys.
You can totally see how this chair looks like a microphone.
That's a tiny chair.
Well, I hope Evan gets back eventually.
I assume he's just using the bathroom or something.
Or maybe his dog pooped on the floor or something.
Oh, I
Yeah,
hope-
he was on the phone.
Oh, shoot, I hope not. Maybe we
So-
pause here for a moment. I don't know. Pokemon and Chris continues. To go with the appetizers, vintage Hohenese Black Rosalia wine. Rosalia wine is made by adding Rosalia petals to the grapes during crushing and is usually sweetened with Rosalia honey. It's extremely fragrant and floral, like if an expensive perfume tasted as good as it smelled. Black Rosalia wine is the rarest and most expensive because it can only be made with flowers from a shiny Rosalia. It is a deep, rich, sensual, almost chocolatey flavor profile, and an inky black color that transports the drinker's mind to the void. Fun.
Oh, man, this...
We're there. We're already breaking the bank with that Deoxys cocktail, let alone the Black Rosalia wine. So why stop now? Let's pair the main course with a drink made from soul dew, the infinitely holy crystallized soul of a dead Latias or Latios. First, use a silver or platinum mallet to break open the crystalline shell of the soul dew. This is a technicality. This is technically an unforgivable blasphemy against every living Pokemon in the world. If that makes you uncomfortable, get a friend to do this part for you if it doesn't count. Instead, you'll find a wispy, volatile fluid. Collect this in some kind of vessel that can hold the blessed soul of a dragon Pokemon. A consecrated cup or bowl made from carved Shelgon shell is probably the easiest to get. Oh my god, there's still so much. Holy shit. Once that's done, crush the outer shell of the soul dew into a fine powder with your mallet. Stir the powder into the fluid soul stuff. Then all you need to do is mix it up with hibiscus LaCroix, Angostura bitters, and lavender simple syrup for a bittersweet and mournful drink with notes of blackberry, almonds, and longing for immortality. Alcohol?
Wow.
Don't need any. The base of this drink is already spirits, quote unquote.
Wow.
Nice. Got him.
Finally, a little digestif to serve after dessert, a Snorunt Snowmelt liqueur. To make this, you basically pickle a whole Snorunt in alcohol.
Oh my god.
Wow, we're just getting... Ben, okay, Pokemaniac Chris didn't know this, but Ben was like, we're getting fucking wasted on this show.
I know, seriously. Evan had drinks, and
then-
now Pokemaniac Chris has drinks.
Pretty good.
Along with lots of syrup and a traditional Sinnoan herb bouquet that includes anise, thyme, shiso, coriander, and orange blossom. Store the whole thing at just over freezing temperatures and wait for the icy parts of the Snorunt's body to melt. This will take several weeks, by which time the flavors should have had time to infuse. Strain out the herbs, throw away what's left of the Snorunt, and the liqueur is ready to serve, always chilled, with a cube of never melt ice for best result. Excuse me.
Excellent.
The main flavor from the Snorunt melt is sweet orange, but there's also a complex herbal licorice undertone. That's it. 4 potent drinks for a 4-course meal for 4 excellent boys.
Ooh.
Enjoy and Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or a general Happy December solstice to I Choose Pod and all the other choosies.
I like
Thank
how
you.
multifaceted that was. That was insane.
Damn.
Thanks for writing in. And again, once again, you can hit us up at our email, which is ichoosepod@gmail.com, or like Pokemaniac Chris, you can tweet at us at ichoosepod on Twitter. I think that covers everything for this episode, unless we want to pick not next week's Pokemon, next year's Pokemon.
Oh, fuck. No, let's wait on that
Okay.
one. We can do that later.
Okay, we'll
It'll be
just
a
announce it on
surprise.
Twitter. But
Yeah.
so it has come to this, the end of both a finale, a year, and all that accompanies it. So let's do some plugs. This has been I Choose You, the podcast about cooking and eating Pokemon. And you can find our show on all your favorite podcast apps, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher, and Spotify. If you like our show, make sure you kick us a review on Apple Podcasts so we can head up those ranks. If you want to hang out with the other choosies and have fun or take a giant swig of ye olde alcohol, you can do that with our friends at our social media pages, which include Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at I Choose Pod. Pew, pew, pew. You might have heard some people highly recommend some merchandise. You know where you can get that merchandise at ichooseyou.menu.
Look at that apron.
It's
Look at that apron.
While you're there, you can pick up all of our excellent articles, which include the wonderfully displayed I Choose You apron, but also available is the I Choose You stickers and the I Choose You Waillord Mail Horde pin. Wow. All that and more is available at ichooseyou.menu. I will do a personal plug. Have you enjoyed this year the television series Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra, recently added to Netflix? Then you might enjoy Re-Avatar State on the-avocado.org, recently nominated for the best TV review on the website. So check that out. It will end this Friday on the 6-year anniversary of the series finale of The Legend of Korra. We'll talk about that. It's a big deal. It's an interesting inflection point in the history of television, especially for kids. Check that out at Re-Avatar State at the-avocado.org. Anybody else got any hot plugs?
Whatever you're doing right now, go to your music app of choice and look up The Icy Boys or I Choose Yule, which is the hot Christmas single of the winter season.
Move over, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You.
Yeah, Mariah Carey, who? The hot single this year is I Choose Yule by the Icy Boys. And you can hear Ian Davis featured on vocals and bass and drums. And you can hear Jeremy Zelick giving his 2 cents.
Yeah, I tell you what I really think of Christmas.
Jeremy's hot take on Christmas. I Choose Yule. Go check it out.
Ian, is that what you were going to say?
No, I wanted to, if anyone's still listening to this episode at this point.
Oh, man. Fat chance.
Yeah. Coming up next season, we'd like to try out a new segment. I'm still workshopping a name. I'm thinking Pokey Dollar Holler. Still working on it.
Dollar Holler.
But we need some ads for the show. And what better way to do that than to ask the fans to send us your creative fake Pokemon products that you think exist in the Pokemon world and would pay for advertising on a low-budget podcast.
Yeah.
And
This podcast is very high budget, Ian.
We have
You're right.
so much invested in this podcast.
Too
If you're
much.
not listening by now, like, we're going to, in a year from now, you're going to be seeing some difficult situations for us.
I mean, we've already talked about how Ian lives in a box and warms himself with George Foreman girls.
True. I forgot.
Well, send us in your ideas, and we'll write a jingle. Maybe we'll just come up with some good advertisement bits. Send it in, and we'll start off the new year right.
Aw, yeah, baby.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think that just about covers it. So, for I Choose You, I've been the host and Sandy Claus of the show, Jeremy Zelick.
I've been Ben Montoya, your friend on this show.
Ian Davis and Jack Frost.
And your elf on a shelf, Evan Aubrey.
Ooh, I
He's
like
watching
that.
And to all the choosies out there in a winter wonderland, except for Pokemaniac Chris, it's summer in New Zealand. In a while, Totodile.
Eating at this endless buffet.
With nothing but my friends beside me.
We'll never give in, we'll never rest.
I choose you is the ultimate test.
Big lips past you, wrong sound right. The bulls can't cook, but they sure can try. I choose you, it's a show about Pokemon. We cook anything. I choose you, it's a show about Pokemon are real tasty. You think they're for fighting, but soon you'll see. It's a show about Pokemon. We cook anything. I choose you. It's a show about. You think you'll win, but soon you'll see. You may beat eggs, but you can't beat me. I'm not surprisingly edible.
There's a feeling deep inside me, and it's always there to guide me. It's in my stomach and in my soul, leading me to the tastiest bowl.
You can try your best, this might be fun. You'll be ready to eat before you figure it out. I choose you, it's a show about Pokemon. We cook anything. I choose you, it's a show about every pun, each joke you choose. You think you can win, but you'll always lose. Oh, we cook anything. I choose you.